better when I talk? Sorry.
Whoa.
Better?
Whoa, there we go.
Is it too much?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Well, there's some lights are going red in my side, but it works.
That's fine. Aha, there we go. Am I still on mouse setup? Why am I not on controller setup? Hello, controller.
Well, I just updated a big update for mouse keyboard users, so you can never go, but controllers is always good.
It's decided to stop. Let me just unplug it and plug it back in. That always works.
All right.
Ooh. Normally. No, you've decided not to work. That's fine. We'll just go keyboard and mouse. You can teach
we're gonna try.
You can teach me. I mean, it needs to be tested anyway, so let's go.
It needs to be tested. The thing with the mouse is that I've tried to make a control scheme where you're not clicking on top of a game.
Yeah.
So when you're normally playing builder games, you're clicking buttons and you're watching your cursor. I don't want you to watch the cursor. I want you to watch inside the world. So the interface is a bit unconventional. But you've got your cursor, it's moving about.
Yeah.
It's stuck to the mouse, so it's basically still a cursor, which is way easier than the Falconeer.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're in free mode or in the tutorial mode.
This is the tutorial.
Well, we can start at free mode, which is maybe we'll start a little bit of the tutorial. So the first thing you got to do at any point is pick a spot for your outpost. So you can this is the starting area, and you can just chuck it down on any of the rocks on the left or the right.
You need an outpost or citadel.
Yes, that'll be the right mouse button. So left is moving, and right mouse button is building, which was a mistake and I mixed up earlier. But that is nice and close to the mushrooms, which is the wood resource. So and you've got your little tower, and as the guides explain, you can't do anything without resources in the campaign mode. So you see those how do you call it? Mushrooms?
Yeah.
They are the source of wood in the world of Falconeer. So, and if you move the cursor too close to them, you see you can't build on the mushrooms themselves, but around them it's an area, a red disc. If you see what becomes blue, you can build a wood mill basically.
Ah, okay.
Just drop it with the right mouse button. That doesn't require any confirmation. It will do that automatically. It needs to be there, blue.
Okay, there we go.
So anything that's red, you can't build. Anything that's blue, there we go. So now you have you have two things, and one of the concepts with Bulwark is you have this surveyor blimp, dirigible airship, whatever. It flies around and it puts down the base infrastructure.
Yeah.
But once you've got that going, you need to start building your little settlement, and we can do that by going to the ground. Just press the space bar, basically.
Okay.
On your keyboard. Or the middle mouse button. So if you press spacebar, So now you're stuck in ground mode, and you'll see the surveyor zoom off a little bit. And there's a couple of things you can do, because the wood mill has wood, and it can make wooden towers wherever you want. So you can snap to the little outpost and press right mouse button to build a walkway.
Start by building
you just click it.
Now.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing it a little later.
Yeah.
So just realized it. So if you move about again with your cursor, you can build also towers wherever you want in the shallow water and on the rocks. So not the first. If you move a bit further, you see a little circle. So circles are to indicate I can build a tower there. Yeah. So you build a tower, and you need to connect that back to the wood mill to give it wood itself. So tower wood is moved. So things need to be connected to get the resources.
Okay.
Build another tower there and connect it back up. And you can see if something turns red, there's like an obstacle that's just too high for the system to manage.
Okay.
So if you have something that's blue, you can just click. And you can also click on the tiny. That is cool. And you see if you can connect it back to either the wood mill or that other tower.
Okay. Do all sub-buildings have to connect to the main building, Chris says?
Well, if you press now on the tab button on your keyboard, it will show you how resources are transported. So you'll see a little orange lines. The orange lines are the wood, and you can see little packages being shipped, as it were, across your towers of the wood.
Yeah.
So that means all your towers now have wood. There's no stockpile here, so you can have infinite wood, basically. But the distance across the towers is limited.
Okay.
So the bigger your wood industry, the further it goes. You also see the green line going from your little outpost to the wood mill and stopping there.
Yeah.
That's because your outpost is very small.
Okay.
And if you zoom in on the outpost, just select it with hold the cursor close to it and press the left mouse button on the. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now just press the left mouse button. See, that's how you skip through all your towers. If you move the cursor to the left again, over your outpost, which is not the wood mill, but that little tower left to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Click on the
Okay.
left mouse button. See, if you zoom in, you see little houses are being built there. So if you build another tower that connects from directly to your outpost, and let's say in that little sandy shallow area, just build another tower and connect it.
Oh no, I'm still.
Yeah, you need to be a little bit further away. Oh, or go there. That's also
No,
fine.
it's tabbed. How do you tab back? Can you?
Yeah, just left mouse button. Oh.
Oh, okay. So you just sort of aim where you want to go.
You roughly aim. Yeah, you don't need to.
Okay.
So
So you don't have to
this is
actually
what-
click on it.
yeah.
Okay.
So this is a bit different. There's no precision here. You could just. It's a game about clicking. So you're
Yeah.
not. There's no mistakes. It is a Bob Ross game. So and you connect that one back to your little outpost.
Oh, wrong button. There we go.
Yeah,
Thomas
you could
has
have done the other-
infinite wood.
But because it connects to out, you see people are moving in. You see tiny houses being built. See, next to the
yeah.
walkway. So because it's the outpost basically creates people, and they go live there. So that's the core premise. So you build these towers, these walkways, you connect them, and things happen. People start to move in. So if we go back to your surveyor, your blimp with the spacebar, on the right, or sort of on the right of your screen, is a stone quarry.
Okay.
You see it? It's got If you do the same thing and build a stone quarry tower there, you will see you will get some industry, and we're going to try connect that up to the start of where your outpost is and the other stuff.
Chris says, didn't realize you could build not in surveyor view. I was going back to the surveyor to build new outposts.
Well, yeah, in free mode you can, but in the proper mode, you need to. Yeah, that's a distinction. So there's two modes. So if you go back to press the space again, and it will go to the tower nearest to your cursor. You see, you can't build out from this because it doesn't have access to wood. So we need to connect like a string of towers and walkways to reach it. So you press the left mouse button and you see that orange thing flickering?
Yeah.
It means the camera will zap to that tower if you press see? And now you can build all the way back to the stone quarry and stretch it out as far. Yeah, that'd be a good spot.
Okay, so let me put it about there.
Yeah, the right mouse is built.
Yeah, I always do it the wrong way around.
Well, we have lots of discussions of what's the best way to do it. Left mouse, right mouse.
Maybe do a toggle where you can have it switch to either one, maybe in like a setting.
Oh yeah, well, people, you can rebind it. That is in the control element. People can set it up the way they want, but initially you want to do so connect it up to your stone tower, the big stone quarry tower.
So Chris says, I was just trying to build all my bits really close to the main base.
Well, that's what you can do whatever you want really, because the more of those wood mills you build, the more range it has, the further away you can go. But now we've added stone to our system, and if you press the flow button, the tab on your keyboard, we can.
You can see the two different colors
now we have
now.
and we have some wood that's going in. So if you retreat and if you build out from this tower, which you're selected now, the other way, for instance. So if you how am I going to say this? Yeah, if you just try to make a new walkway over this old one, would first need to upgrade the tower. Sorry, my bad.
That's
So
okay.
the thing is, now that we have stone, if you just select your tower, and now press the build button,
Okay.
it's become a stone tower. And if you now select the walkway out to that wooden tower, you will get a stone walkway, causeway,
Okay.
or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, industry is always a little wooden and different with spotlights, but things get. And you can do the same to your outpost. So yeah, select some wood, some stone. Well, the tower needs to be stone first.
Okay.
Steph. So
Yeah.
if you go back to the original tower you were just at.
Oh. I think I've accidentally built an extra wall.
Yeah, I'm trying to find ways to prevent it. But if you draw back and upgrade that other tower as well, the one in the middle of the water.
Oh, the one. Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah, so the starting tower where you build out from needs to be stone, and then it can build stone walkways.
Ah, okay, yeah. So
So if
that's,
you
yeah.
would do, and then you go back to your outpost, and we can upgrade the outpost as well.
Oh, yeah.
So and now we skip to the outpost.
Is it that one?
Yeah, no, that's you built that extra little tower. That's the one.
Yeah.
Upgrade that.
Oh, my.
You need to be a little closer. You can,
Oh, hold on.
you can move the camera up a bit. Maybe that's you can't upgrade a windmill because it's already a
Go
windmill.
search out an iron ore deposit and build a
Okay, there we go.
It is
Yeah,
the
now
key to the
now
full
yeah,
potential
now
of
press.
our settlement.
So now we've got a cooler outpost, and now you can withdraw the line a little bit out, the cursor, and you'll see little squares on the line. If you draw out the building line,
Oh, yeah.
you can click that when it's blue, and yeah, just there. Click on the square.
Oh, wrong. Hold on.
That's a
go back.
tower, but if you go all the way back, so there's a little square really close to the outpost tower. This will do as well, actually. Just connect that up and upgrade it.
Oh, I gotta upgrade it first.
Yeah.
There we go.
So now try to see the little triangles.
Oh, yeah.
Click
Yeah,
on
so
those. Yeah, so it's like a rangefinder. So the further you go, you get towers, but if you get close to it,
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah.
there. See, now you bought, I call these pie pieces, but they're supposed to be foundations or something architectural. But I call them pie pieces. And when they're squares, they're square foundations. And you can combine them into a circle. If you click some
wow.
more, just click. See, and there's different ranges to them. The closer you are, it becomes smaller in a way. See?
Yeah.
And you can stack them on top of each. So now you have squares. And if you click a square, you get a different type of foundation or expansion or what you want to call it.
Oh,
I don't have
okay.
names for this.
Yeah.
See, and now you're starting to build something quite different. And people are moving in because you're close to your little town. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is now you're just starting to actually build. If you go back to your surveyor, we're gonna do the last bit I have to teach you of the tutorial.
Mhm.
So up in the far reaches, north, sort of in the direction you're pointing, there's a little island in the middle there. You see that little island there?
Okay, let's go.
That's got some iron on it. And you can also hold the left mouse button down to keep moving.
The surveyor can
Ah, I
build
didn't
a
know that
mine
either.
on the spot. Workers will mine for ore, and the
So here's
metallurgical industry
another
will be
resource. This
built
is
up around
iron
it.
or metal,
Iron will
or
allow
it's
our most advanced towers and buildings.
a seam of iron. Yeah, just build one in the middle. And this one is a bit trickier because it's in the middle of the deep sea, so you
Oh
can't
wow,
build.
yeah, it's like literally like made a hole in the thing. That's really cool.
So you can't build in the I think only in bits. You can see that they're shallow, so there's actually like sandbanks underneath.
Yeah.
So you can build on the sandbank, but not in the deep water.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter. We're just gonna build another harbor. So if you use your cursor and pick out a point in the deep water, so not on the sandy banks, but really the dark water,
Yeah.
you'll see it turns into an anchor. That's a harbor. And I hope you have the right vision, yeah. So harbors you make, and they connect automatically to wherever you build them, if they're close to a tower. And you can assign captains to this, so people start to live in your settlement or town or whatever. So we're going to assign a captain. This guy is good. They all tell you what they carry. So this carries iron, which is what we need, actually. The other guy does wood or stone. And they transport them with their little boats. And in the game, you will get more better captains that transport more things, and some of them they'll have guns and stuff. So we'll assign him, and then we need an ending spot of the harbor. So it's best to fly back to your little outpost where you started, and we're going to hook it up to some iron. I think if you load the camera, it's right there between the... There's also a beacon on your little... See in the middle of your blink, there's this orange beacon that goes on to point you home.
Yeah.
If you're too far away. So you see the line being drawn out if you, again, find a spot in the deep water that's close enough to the towers to make a connection. So you can't make it willy-nilly.
Yeah, so there's like a line that,
Yeah, to indicate from, okay, this is how it's going to sail. So you just build it there and it'll connect itself up most of the times.
Hey, Sherry. Hey, Tegan. Hey, Ches.
It's too far away. Harbors are essential to move resources.
All right, so if we can have a look down and check out the flow again, the resource flow.
You should be able to focus on
with the tab button.
Command towers. They can be upgraded with additional floors, as well as
it should. You see, we've added purple to our resource flow. It's coming with a little boat, and if you turn the camera around, you can actually see the boat sailing back and forth. and every captain has its own unique boat, and in the final game they have their own little unique stories to tell. And if you select them later on, they'll get cranky. If you don't, they'll have their own little backstory and interactions. So the little boat is just plying its route, and you've got bigger boats and stuff, but mostly this is it. You just have to connect it. Now we can go back to that tower or make a new tower wherever you want. If you skip to another of the towers in your settlement.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, I will get to that later.
What's that?
You're basically about to finish the tutorial, so some random worlds things start to happening. The storm is procedural, but the little boat is basically another captain offering their services, and they'll literally sail up to your harbors, and they'll go, "Hey, can I work for you?" And there's other people to meet. There's refugees that want to live in your settlement that give you new buildings from some of the factions in the Falconeer. So there's a little story, and you'll get a little conflict later on as well. But if you go back to ground mode, we'll build the final tier of towers for our settlement.
Okay.
So if you just expand anywhere, build something fresh. You can build on top of that rock there, that little pillar-y thingy.
Can I get up there?
Yeah. That is the joy of the game. Yeah, you're up it. Oh, you missed.
It went up.
Wrong button.
Is there like a back button?
That's good. See if you can connect that to your harbor, that one. Just pull it out and see if you can connect it to... Yeah?
What, to the harbor down here?
Yeah. That's where the iron is... Yeah, it's close enough. Yeah, press the right mouse button. So it's gone all the way up the wall, and if you press the flow, it might not have stone, I think, because it's too far away from your stone... Let's see if we can...
We've got pink and orange.
Yeah, it doesn't have people, and it doesn't have... So if you rotate the camera, we can look how we can solve that. So there's a little bit of thinking involved if you... and we can look at... Because every step, you see the lines, every step diminishes the stuff. So if we... one of the simplest ways is connect it on the left. See where the windmill is?
Yeah.
If we can find a tower to connect there... Yeah, there. You saw it snap? Yeah, that's even better.
Okay.
So let's see. Press the tab button again so we can see.
That's a bit better, yeah.
It's got stone, iron, and people. So excellent. We're going to upgrade that one tower up on the ridge to the highest possible state. So it's a stone tower, and press again. And now we've made a command tower, and these are fun because you can do more stuff. So first we're going to draw out some foundations, like we did earlier. Just click. You don't have to be afraid. You can just, as long as it's blue, you click. That's my philosophy. And you just stack stuff over it. You just want to make it look cool really quick. Once you get the hang of it, you can figure out how things work, and because there's consistency then, and you learn how things to get what you want basically.
Yeah.
So if it's red, you can't build it because it's too steep for some reason or whatever. But that's cool enough. So that's already, quite a bit of a cool looking structure. And then we withdraw to the same way you upgraded the tower. So just select the tower itself. One down, yeah. So and you click right mouse button as many times as you want. You can go more, and it adds extra floors. See? And then it adds a vanity thing, and it adds a pointy roof. So these get a lot higher if you want, but that's dependent on the amount of people you have in your settlement. So if you have more workers, it can go higher up. So if you go to your original outpost in the water behind this, we can upgrade that one as well. So it's to the left of the windmill.
Oh, it was the one down there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's down there. But the one you can use your surveyor to fly there. If you now press the switch button, it'll go to the tower. Yeah, just press switch when you're close to it, the spacebar. See, it'll upgrade this one as well, and we can build more foundations when we do. Oh.
I have a habit of keep clicking off. Oh no.
It's well. I think we need more keys for to separate that's the wrong one.
Was it that one? Was it this one?
No, it's the one with the green roof.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh,
just select.
No,
yeah, build that one up. You get wrong button.
That one.
Yeah. Oh.
This building cannot be upgraded at this time.
No, the one on the right of it. That's the windmill.
By settling nearby.
This little one here, or this?
No,
this
bigger one. There's one with the green roof, just to the left of it. South. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
So, no, don't click.
It's too steep to build.
Well, you So now click right mouse button.
Building there would be too unstable.
Okay.
You're clicking behind it. Well, I am so now that's the biggest one possible, and we can add foundations to that as well.
Ah, okay.
And then you will have more people to build bigger towers, and so forth and so forth.
Ah. Okay, so I can't build anything on that side.
No, at some point it's filled up. And every location has different, because it's based on the geography, on the steepness and slope of the walk. You get different outcomes every time of what you can do. So if you zoom out, you have already got quite a bit of a settlement going on. And if you skip back to your surveyor, you can look what's happening in the world. So there's this question mark, so let's hire that guy. Because he's got a cool ship for hire with the question mark.
It's a very big ship.
Yeah, just press right mouse button when the cursor snaps to him. Hello?
Mansa captain for hire. Ooh. Gain a transport vessel for iron and stone. Okay.
So he's now. So if you build a new harbor, he'll come up in that list of captains you had.
Oh, okay.
So that's one way. And then if you find new resources, you can have this guy go back and forth, or you set up a colony somewhere else. And if you zoom out, we might be able to spot in the world if you fly around for a bit. Little thunder cloud. We're looking for a little sort of storm cloud. No, there's another ship coming in. Maybe on the other side. There's a little, just straight behind you. On your 6 o'clock. So if you turn the other one, the other side, Steph.
Oh yeah, there's another one over there. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, see it? You can see it between your little. And so those are, and they're still a little bit placed. So those are random encounters, the little storm clouds. And there'll be a whole bunch of different types of these, but I've put a bunch in the demo for people just to test it out. And if you click on the little, if you move your cursor towards the little question mark,
can only be built within a reasonable distance.
No, you need a little higher in the direction. I think yeah, there.
Oh, there we go. Now it clicks on it.
Yeah, right mouse click. Sorry, left is.
Ah.
Oh, this is fun. So this is a random, and this time you can gain a commander. Sometimes there'll be combat or other things that happen, but this guy you can assign to your tower. So if you go to that little tower you made on the big tower you made on the ridge, or high up on the mountain, if you fly over to there, the same way
that's the commander one, isn't it?
Yeah. So if it will snap to that tower. If you Yes, you see it snapping. Yeah. And you can press the assign commander button, and he'll transform that tower.
Oh wow!
And it's quite simple, but if you build that tower higher or he'll start adding guns to it, so that your tower is really, really small. But if you build it out, it'll add lots more stuff to it. So that's and the houses around him will slowly change to his faction and become more of that dark, futuristic look. So that's a way of interacting with people in the world, is through commanders and captains.
Yeah.
So that is the...
Oh yeah, there's another one over there. Look, another little...
Yeah, they're popping up all the time for the demo. So that's one way. Another thing you can do for... Because I don't know what's the time on the clock. So my time is sort of up. It's a little later over here in the Netherlands. I'll let you...
I was just wondering what... I thought it was like a shark or something then, and then realised it was another boat.
No, it's still a boat. There are... Steph, what you could do if you don't want to mess around with the resources, just go to free build mode now that you grasp the basic mechanics, and maybe set it to controller for yourself.
Yeah.
I think that'll help as well. And you can just build out whatever you want anywhere you want, because it doesn't have the resource system, so that's why it's called free mode. And you can just... you got a bunch of captains and commanders, and you just go crazy.
Yeah.
So that would be a fun way to experiment with it.
Yeah, I might go on free mode. Do you think you'll ever put like sharks or anything in it to make it...
There's little fishes sailing around, and
there are little fishes?
Well, they're not tiny. There's actual sharks somewhere in the water. If you look closely, sometimes you'll see them swim in. They're usually around somewhere.
That'd be really cool for like photo mode. Like if you just saw a shark then
They're there, but I'm also thinking about sea monsters and put lots of content in there and special buildings.
Like a kraken, that would be cool.
Yeah, so it's not a game about winning anything. It's about just building the coolest thing and make it see it come alive. The same with the combat and some of the strategy stuff. It's just to give you new stuff to build and make it feel like your place has history.
Yeah.
That is the goal of the game. Just, it's like
imagine if, say, there was certain things that could, like destroy things in the world. Like, say, like, your little boat has a little route to go, and then at certain times when there's a storm that comes, like a kraken comes out and then ruins the boat. So you then gotta, like... That'd be really cool, or like weather effects. It could like accidentally break something, or...
Well, definitely. That's at the moment you can. There's a few combat encounters which you can do with the storm clouds. People say, "Hey, pirates!" Then you can say no, and they'll get angry, and they can actually kill your boats and captains. So they'll sink to the bottom.
Oh,
so there's going to be some of that. It's just a preview in the demo we have now.
Yeah.
But it's that's. But it's the odd thing is it has all this, but it's a very 3D game, so it really takes some getting used to the depth perception. Yeah. And I think I'm doing tomorrow is working on because what I saw you do is you're clicking on a tower, but you're thinking you're clicking on it, but you're clicking behind it.
Yeah.
On a flat screen is quite logical. So it's to have some sort of intelligent system that prevents that when you're clicking behind it, it will snap you to the front.
Yeah.
Because that's actually where you're aiming at. So yeah, that's gonna be added. It's like I said, for people, it's a pre-alpha version. There's a demo to gather all this feedback and gets updated every day and improved by user feedback. So that's super appreciated.
Yeah. Absolutely, we've so grateful to everybody that has been playing the demo so far and giving all their feedback to Tomas so that he can give updates and stuff on the game. I mean, it's probably been quite helpful you seeing me play it to see how I sort of deal with it as well, so you can see where it might need tweaking here and there, or. But
yeah, definitely. Well, the things I tell you, the misclicking where you thing with the right mouse button where you click confusingly left and right, that's super interesting because might mean I need to put build on like a B button or something, so that there's less accidental stuff. And then there's the depth stuff. There's tricks where I can do to prevent that, and that gives you becomes easier to use. That's definitely the aim. But it'll always be a little bit of a 3D game, so it's gonna it's just what like with Homeworld, which is also a very 3D game. It takes a while, and after a while it becomes easier to do. You're just training those depth perception skills basically.
But no, thank you so much for coming on, just to help explain the game a little bit to me and how to play and things, and give everybody a little insight on stream. So thank you so much for that. I know you're busy.
All right, see you around. Have fun.
Thank you. Bye, Thomas.
Build your bulwark, born of stone, bound by sea, beneath hostile skies.